Welcome back, friends. I hope that you've had a wonderful and relaxing day. Yesterday, I shared a very personal experience that I had as a child with my mom. And this experience uh, was really shared because I realized that sometimes parents have a great fear, of doing the right thing or how to handle situations at times. I was very new to my mother because I had not spent my earlier childhood with her. And she, between the two of us trying to get to know each other, as well as the transition of not being in each other's lives, you can tend to make certain judgment calls or make mistakes. There could be a great parenting book, but with each parenting book, you have to look at each child being different, as well as each adult. Sometimes adults don't know how to handle things when they occur, just like children don't. Being a human being means that we are making mistakes, but we are learning along the way. Now, sometimes people say, well, she shouldn't have spanked the child, or the child may take it to a point where they feel like it was their fault, or what have you. Each experience lends itself to a learning experience. So, regardless of how it could have been handled or how it was handled, these things are happening, they're occurring so that we can grow. I also shared an experience with a special needs child and the parent, and how the mother did not know how to handle interacting with her child. You know, again, there could be a book out there that anybody can reach out and just read it, but each experience is what helps the person to learn even more so. Sure, they can learn from the book, that's a great thing. However, as time progresses, we must look at these different experiences for growth. If you don't have the experience, how are you supposed to grow into it? You can always read literature, which is a great thing. However, to live the experience, to grow through the experience, all of these things are needed. You know, there's always going to be an experience that you have where you wish you had handled it differently. You wish that you could have, should have done things in a totally different way. This is why we're having these experiences so that we can learn and grow. There can be a person out there who wants to interact with another person, but they don't know who the person is and they don't know how to go about it. You have to take the necessary steps. Put one foot in front of the other. A simple hello is where it begins, right? Just as when you are going to adopt a child, the first thing you have to say is hello, smile. Maybe go pull your body down to their level so you can be eye to eye. That also helps, because sometimes when a person's looking up at you, and you probably look like a giant to a child, they might not be, it might be a certain fear that they share. With each experience, we are growing and learning so that we are able to know better the next time. At the end of each day, I have to deal with myself and really look at how I handle things. And sometimes I'm not very happy with the way that I handle something, but that is my mistake. And that is what I must grow and persevere from. Sometimes we're harder on ourselves than we should be. I have friends who sometimes I'll talk to them or whatever. I have used certain tones because, you want to speak endearingly to another person at times. And it's funny because, sometimes they'll call me on it and they'll say, oh, what do you want? You putting that tone on. I know you want something. And it's not that you always want something. Sometimes you feel comfortable enough to really be who you are. To have a friendship to know that you can actually be who you are, that is a blessing to be able to enjoy, that journey down that lane of growth, Everyone is going to have to, or everyone should be open to the different experiences, because sometimes when you are closing yourself off, you're not able to have these different experiences. You know, I really want to call Elton John. You know, shout out to Elton John because my favorite play, I told you I have two. Aida is one, and the other one is The Wiz. But Elton John did such a great job on that Aida, you know, with Heather Headley. I saw it with Tony Braxton, I believe, played it also. But a genuine love of the arts, you know. I have a genuine love of nature, just like I have a genuine love of the arts. But it's something about these two plays that really touch on certain issues. But more than touching on certain issues, they touch the heart. You know, if Elton John, shout out to Elton John, if you can just bring Aida back to the theater just one good time, please. I'm really missing that experience. I mean, the costumes were beautiful. Each artist, each person that they placed on that stage did such an eloquent job. You know, just to be able to watch people play out such a part and for you to be able to really see it in such a way, you know, uh, just like The Wiz, you know, seeing it with Diana Ross, seeing it with Stephanie Mills. Shout out to Diana Ross and Stephanie Mills. Each artist displays a certain emotion. And with each experience of even going to a play or interacting with others, we are growing in one way or another. It is most important that we cherish these moments because you know it's almost like you go to school with your friends and you sometimes you don't enjoy all these experiences, but you enjoy the uh, the experience with them. Those days can't come back. You know, school days, those days are back there. Now we are starting anew. Although we could always go back to school, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that each experience that you have with those individuals, they cannot be had again, excuse me. So with these different journeys, with these different experiences, if we can appreciate them even as they unfold, then as we are appreciating, as we are enjoying these moments, I think that we can grow even more so. You know, I was invited to a dinner party, and people were saying, you know, that maybe it was too soon to actually interact with each other because, you know, people were still kind of nervous and afraid based upon, you know, COVID happening or what have you. But as time progressed, the people actually looked forward to it more so as the days moved forward. And everyone had an enjoyable time once everyone got together. Again, to be able to appreciate each moment that we are able to have with each other. You know, people are still wearing masks at times, and I totally understand if that's what you want to do. But are we missing the closeness, the intimacy of just being able to have that conversation with a friend, being able to enjoy ourselves? You know, I really miss an experience I used to have in Manhattan. What was it? Jazz Wednesdays. To be able to get on a boat, to go on a cruise and listen to an artist and watch them in person. That's another reason why I like, I forgot the gentleman, his show, but I love the Roots because they still perform in person. There's not many bands that do that, that I know of, you know, that I really can relate to. I like them, and I also love jazz. You know, to be able to watch a performance and be able to have that experience. You know, if you are not having these experiences, I know that a lot of cities and states are having jazz moments. If you can actually enjoy those, that would be great. You know, to have that interaction, to network, to meet new people. Awesome, right? You know, I enjoy meditating, and I haven't had a group meditate in a while, group meditation. I have meditated with a few friends, and I totally enjoy my own meditative time because that also helps me as well. All these different things that I'm mentioning are here. I'm placing them on this platform so that we are able to realize that we have other outlets. sometimes it's hard to see the outlets because we have so much on our plate. We have so much that we need to do. But at the same time, can we take a moment to figure out other things to do? Life gets boring when it's the same thing playing out day after day. You know, we can try doing new things. What was it? I want to say about 2 weeks ago when I was in California, and I got to the ranch, to the Sibananda Ranch, and to see the new place that they bought on. It wasn't new to them. They've been there for over a year now, but that was a new place for me, a new environment for me to enjoy that time with them, and to be able to have to take a workshop. You know, it is just really good for us to sometimes just step out of our regular schedules and really begin to enjoy things a little differently. Maybe go out with a new friend and enjoy, a club, a jazz club, or maybe even go sit by a body of water to have a nice conversation. I enjoy sitting by the water by myself. With friends is a great thing, but personally, I do enjoy it more so with myself, by myself. And I believe that it is also a way of being. It helps me with my creativity as well. So whatever the case, it's just important that we're looking at the different components and being able to find new ways of finding our creativity. Okay. So again, thank you so much, guys, for joining us at Indigo Moon, and you have a lovely day.